What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to episode 28 of our Sporting Lisbon edition of the FM19 Journeyman save, where today, two games as usual, one against Monaco in the Champions League and one against Madeira in the league campaign. Since we last met, hasn't been too bad. Of course, it was a 5-4 and 5-0. We then unfortunately actually lost to Reiss 2-1 in the Ataque de Portugal fourth round, where I think we were robbed. Look at this. They scored in the 94th minute and then the 120th. Ridiculous. We did beat Moscow 3-0 in the Champions League. We beat Academica 1-0 in the Premier League. A 1-1 against Rio Ave, which isn't too bad. 2 early goals from either side. And then we got our revenge against Reiss in the league. A 2-0 win over them. So things are looking like this. Portuguese Premier League, obviously, with that draw, we're no longer flawless. We have dropped some points. We're still 4 points clear of Benfica. We have a 15 better goal difference and we're still unbeaten. Those are the main things, really. We've edged a gap over Reiss by beating them. So really Benfica are our only rivals anymore. The Champions League we have gone through, we have secured first place. But the reason I'm actually just bringing you this game is because the rest of our group's still pretty close. You can see here, Monaco sitting second on 7 points, Spartak Moscow third with 5, and then Leipzig at the bottom with 4. Now, obviously, Leipzig have beat Monaco 2-1 but lost 1-0. They drew with Moscow before. So, like, the head-to-head, I'm not really too sure how that all works out because Moscow drew and lost to Monaco. So they have a worse head-to-head, but then Leipzig have a better head-to-head. And it's just all like, literally, I don't know who's going to go out or go through out of those 2 teams. Or 3 teams, sorry. So I thought it'd be an interesting game to bring. And Monaco are a pretty tough opponent, right? So why not bring a game against them where it could be a good game of football. Simple as that, really. Simple as that. We are away, though. That's a bit of a tough one. They have Krapikas in goal, Henriks, Kamara, Cleo, Kenny Tete, Ncham, Tielemans, Pavon, Savescu, Pirulito, and Ojeda. For us, it's Volpi, Ortega, Aidu, Korndijk, Smirnov, Bahia, Correa, Kamara, Mendes, Tavares, and Migliardi up top. And I think last game they come out a little more defensive than they have this game. I'm fairly certain they played like a 4-5-1 almost last time. So I'm tempted to go cautious, actually, against them today. I'm going to try it. I'm going to go cautious and just sort of sit back. I don't want to get hit on the counter. I don't want them to break away with pace. I want to just play it by ear. Elsewhere, some big games going on. Ajax host Real Madrid, in which whoever wins out, or if Ajax draw, they go through. But if Madrid do win, then Ajax get knocked out. Equally, if Bursaspor beat Juventus, they'll go down to 10. It's all just like, that group's pretty crazy as well. I'm pretty sure Juventus have gone through, but you never truly know. As we come on the attack here, Smirnov can't quite squeeze it in, but Migliardi's the first one there. He looked like he was fouled there. It looked like they swiped his leg from behind. Ojeda burst through. Lovely tackle. Although they come back on the attack. 1-0 Monaco. Christian Pavon. And they have the lead inside 10 minutes. Of course, it doesn't really bother us. We're still top of the group regardless. So I'm not too disheartened. I'm not too bothered. I didn't even mean to skip that highlight. So apologies for that. Obviously, Man City and Dortmund play each other to decide who wins that group. A draw does allow Man City to win over there. Marseille have topped their group. So we face a risk of playing Man United, Dortmund, or Ajax as things stand. Leipzig saving themselves going through to the Europa League with Moscow heading home, which they'll be disappointed about, definitely. They definitely will. Ortega heads up to Mendes, who bursts forward, but Tielemans is there. I'm going to go back to attacking. Not positive. I want attacking. I'm not sure about this cautiousness. I think we can definitely best them here. So maybe that was a wrong call, but I thought their team looked more menacing than it did. Ojeda's through, rattles the crossbar. Pavon's the quickest to it. Volpi's sort of caught in no man's land. I don't know what he's doing, so he should definitely do better there. But unfortunately, Monaco 2, Sporting Lisbon 0. Look at this strike, though. Wham. And then Volpi gets a hand to it. It's not enough as Monaco double their lead. That is a bit annoying. It is annoying. I do feel bad for Moscow. They had a good showing, but obviously, I mean, 5 points isn't really enough, is it? When you think about it. I'm still a bit shaky about us in the Champions League this year. We've scored 13 goals, but at the same time we've conceded 7. Real Madrid are going through over Ajax as things stand as well. Tielemans out to Tete. This is why I went cautious, because we're just not getting the ball now. Back to cautious we go. We've played worse on attacking than we have on cautious, I believe, anyway. So, yeah, going to go back to cautious. I think we'll be just fine. I think we can come back from this. Mendes on the ball. Into Kamara, who hoofs it over to Migliardi, who scores. There we go. I mean, I don't know if that's going to come into a cautious or attacking play, but we hit them on the counter. 2-1 just before half-time. Probably the goal we needed as well. Mendes into Kamara. A lovely ball, a lovely volley, and Krapikas can't keep it out. 2-1, which is good stuff. Although Tielemans with a free kick. Wow, that was very close. That was very, very close. Half-time. 2-1 down, not the end of the world. But I think we definitely will have to make some subs. There's a few players on the bench that I think probably need to come on at some point. I'm going to leave them as they are for now, but yeah, definitely have to make a few changes, I think. Give it a few more minutes. Okay, I'm going to issue them now. Nelson can come on. Brass can come on. And then Valverde can come on for Bahia. 3 big changes. This is, I mean, maybe I should have kept Migliardi on. He wasn't doing too badly. But I feel like he only had a 7 rating because he grabbed a goal. So I don't think he's performing as well as he could have. Elsewhere, Moscow equalise and send themselves, well, currently send themselves through to the Europa League. As Real Madrid double their lead, so we could play them, Dortmund, Man United, and obviously the teams on the other side of the bracket as well. Man City, they solidify it with a 1-0 win over Dortmund. Porto, unfortunately, head to the Europa League, which, I mean, could be good for our coefficients if they make it quite far. But at the same time, you would like to see them get through, but unfortunately, they had a bit of a tough group, so it is what it is. Pavon on the edge of the box has hit the post. And another rebound for Monaco. Eduardo Ojeda is the first one there this time. 3-1. We haven't been the best today, admittedly. We've been pretty lackluster and pretty rubbish. Like, just plain and simple rubbish. Which is a shame. It is a shame. Oh, wait. Leipzig has scored again to go 2-1 up. So Moscow are going out. A lot of high-scoring games elsewhere. Loads of 5-2s, 2-1s. This game's a 3-1. Like, it's kicking off. Tavares bursts forward. Well, I'll say bursts. Moves forward. Brass, awful pass. Awful. We have no energy today. We look sapped. We look tired. Kamara, Brass, Valverde, Correa, Nelson has done nothing this season at all. That's an awful pass as well. Deserved losers here. 3-1 against Monaco. Doesn't bother us. We still top the group. But it would have been good to at least end it on a high going into the next round. But at least there's a bit of a break between now and then. So, yeah, we don't get sapped into some poor form. Elsewhere, Madrid won 2-0 to get themselves second place. Juventus won 5-2 to top their group. Of course, we lost, so we stay top. Monaco go through in second. Unfortunately for Moscow, they come bottom, and Leipzig do finish third. Good on them. Besiktas go to the Europa League as well with a 6-2 win over Salzburg. Man City top their group with Dortmund coming second. Marseille top their group, of course, with Man United coming second and Porto in third. That's all we know for now because we were on the first half of the bracket, I believe. Yeah, so the rest of the teams... wow. So we could also play PSG, Barcelona or Napoli, Benfica or Bayern, or Atletico Madrid or Shakhtar. So, yeah, we have it pretty tough, to be honest. let's not mince words. The Champions League's looking pretty tough this year, as it did last year, despite us topping our group. But I'm going to jump ahead to this Madeira game in the league, where hopefully we play a little bit better than we did just now. With January fast approaching, I am going to sell Reiss Nelson, I think. I know I've ummed and ahed about it in the past, but he really has not been good enough this year. Admittedly, started a lot of his games off the bench, but I mean, yeah, it just hasn't been good enough. So I'm kind of tempted in the run-up to the transfer window to maybe play him a few games to try and get his value up a little bit more. I don't know if that's even going to work, but that's kind of the thought process I'm going for. Just, yeah, simple as that, really. I'm going to rest a few players as well. Draxler can come on for Tavares. Does Fisher want to play? He can be on the bench, I think. Yeah. I think that works for me. Submit team. Let's go. Tavares, way too tired. Just give him a break. Augusto Sergio comes in as well. But, of course, I'll run through the lineup when it's on the next screen. Where we are at home. Volpe in goal. Ortega, Korndijk, Moraes and Smirnov are our back four. Bahia, Correa, Augusto, Sergio, Brass, Draxler and Nelson. For them, it's Alves in goal, Ledesma, Pinto, Rodrigo, Ferreira, Azevedo, Simoes, Mancuso, Major, Andrich and Carbone up top. And the formation that I don't really see too often, but that doesn't mean they can't get a result. They've played fairly well this season, 4-5-6, which for a mid-table side isn't horrendous. Yeah, so if they have a good run of form, although, wow, that's a bit shaky at the back from us, or just all round from us, really. Nelson on the ball. Oh, did get past that player pretty smoothly. Correa, Augusto Sergio. Back into Correa. A bit of a weird goal. Doesn't really happen too often the way we play like that, but Correa 1-0 inside a minute. Like, I've never really seen us score a goal like this, where Sergio just sort of plays a through ball along the floor and squeezes it in at the near post from Correa, but I'll take it. 1-0 up inside a minute. Temporarily puts us 7 points clear, but that could be permanently, of course, if Benfica slip up again. Although we also play them next episode, so I haven't really timed this the best, because that would have been a good game to bring you guys, actually. Maybe I could have skipped this one and did Monaco Benfica, but I'm a bit of a dummy, ain't I? So I'm going to bring you Madeira, and then the Benfica game's going to be a surprise. Did we beat them? Who knows? Nelson whips it in. Ooh, pretty close. Not close enough, but pretty close. I don't like being the only team to play on, because I'm so used to looking at this screen and seeing what everyone else is doing, that, like, when it's just us, I end up looking at that screen for no reason. And it probably annoys the hell out of all you viewers. Although Nelson has scored. Brass plays him through. Maybe I've been unfair to Nelson by not playing him. I don't know. He's that kind of player that just leaves me asking too many questions, you know? Like, obviously, he played a lot of games off the bench. Maybe that's why he wasn't scoring. But I think he's got to go. I know he has done okay for us this year. You know, 3 goals in, 6 starts or something. I mean, yeah, he hasn't been awful. But last year was shocking due to injury. And I can't really afford to keep having that happen. So, I think for that 1 year, we probably got our worth out of him. But we probably have to look at selling, unfortunately, for even money. And trying to offload him for a similar sort of price to what he's worth, which is in around 24.5 million. We may even have to take a loss, which is a bit of a shame. But in the grand scheme, I think it works out. He's on a massive wage as well, and just isn't performing as consistently as I would have liked. He has his good days, but unfortunately they're very sparse now. Although Nelson's in behind again. Maybe I should stop talking, because he's performing wonderfully today. Admittedly, Brass has done very well to set him up twice. But lovely ball from Correa, lovely ball from Brass, takes a touch, takes a second, bang, 2 or 3-0, second of the game for him. And yeah, I have a bit of egg on my face now, don't I, because I'm mugging him off, and he's smashing it for us. Ortega, Draxler, Bahia. Ortega heads it back to Bahia. Brass, Bahia, Correa, Draxler, Correa again. Just goes it alone. Had enough of Draxler passing it back to him. Have some of this. Interesting. Draxler has a lot of stats going up. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe the extra playing time? Maybe that's a bit of a weird one for me. But yeah, some of his technical stats, for some reason, are going upwards. Major hoofs it in. Oh, Rodrigo gets a goal back for them. Quite a nice worked set piece, actually, if I say so. Knocks it into the near post. He's completely unmarked. That's a pretty nice goal. Fair play. Well, we conceded 4 this year. Damn. Scored 41 already. That is pretty sick. I'm happy with that. Forenza also unbeaten still. And they have 20 goals scored, 5 conceded. They're actually doing very, very well. Considering their squad. Like, all the... Wow, 7 goals, 7, 8. What's going on here? Just all pulling it together. Fair play, boys. Fair play. We'll do that. Nah, leave Tomas on. Sure, I'm going to run with that. Ortega's struggling, though, actually. We definitely probably need fullbacks. Don't know why I've said definitely, probably. I'm going to do something a bit unconventional. This may turn around and be the stupidest decision of my life, but I feel like Ortega and Smirnov need a rest. So I've brought them off for wingers. Draxler, can't get his first Sporting goal, unfortunately. But, yeah, I've brought on Tomas at right back, Mendes at left back. I think we should be fine. They shouldn't have to deal with too much. Nelson on the ball. Cuts inside. Back to Bahia, Correa, Fisher, Correa. Out to Mendes, who's our left back. Keeps it in, though. Back into Draxler, hoofs it into Sergio. Gets a bit lucky, a bit of a fortunate goal, but Augusto Sergio takes it well. 4-1 to Sporting. This looks a bit more like us. Not whatever we saw against Monaco, but yeah, lovely quick pass from Draxler here, like back into the inside. Get a bit lucky with the rebound, smash, far corner. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely stuff. Correa with a free kick, straight into the wall, unfortunately. Draxler out to Fisher. Lovely ball in. Nelson's not quite tall enough though. Mendes, who should be left back, but he's on the right side of the pitch for some reason. Correa, Nelson, into Mendes, who scored a goal from left back, even though he's on the right side of the pitch. Hugo Mendes, 6th goal of the season, assisted by Reiss Nelson, who has had a very good game today actually, and maybe I was right in saying we should play him. Nelson, into Mendes. Carlos Alves should do better, but 5-1, I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. Fisher is being complacent. I mean, to be fair, we are 5-1 up, and he is about 30 years of age, so or older than 30, 30 plus, of course. Ledesma. Medeiros. Alves. Correa. Sergio. Lovely turn. Draxler, Sergio. I could see what he was trying, but I mean, Tomas isn't a natural fullback, so execution wasn't the best. But there it is, full-time 5-1, a much better showing this game. Nelson gets player of the match. And I think my plan of improving his value may be working. Let's hope we can maybe bump it up a bit more before the transfer window. Here we go, what's happening here? After featuring in the last league match, Junior Jackson now 1 appearance away from making 5 league appearances, which will add an extra year onto his contract. Same for Fisher. Definitely going to do that because I think I can sell them for a little bit of money, which is good considering we got them in on a free. Yeah, if I can get them out for a little bit of money, always worth it, I think. So yeah, that's the plan. We stay unbeaten for 24 matches now. Obviously that extends on from the back end of last season. pretty good. Could be on to break a record. I don't know what the record is. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Most times winner, Benfica, that's fine. Fewest points is 2. That's pretty... Most matches without losing, 56. Okay, that's tough. That's ridiculous. Maybe we aren't going to beat that. But that is the end of today's episode. A bit of a disappointing game followed up by a bit of a cracker. So can't be too disappointed in the end. We performed, I guess, when we needed to. Maybe not needed to, but we performed against Madeira in the competition that matters to us personally. So that's decent. Drop a like if you enjoyed the performance today. Subscribe to stay updated with the Sporting Lisbon journey. And as always, I'll catch you guys next time. See you later.